Alright, so I've been using the OSMaps app and website for a little while now. It gives me the tools that I need for my hikes, like using the map itself to know where to go, and for planning routes. However, you can also see routes made by other users, and if you select the recommended routes option, you will only see curated routes published by various magazines and what have you. I guess these are supposed to be the trustworthy routes, in the sense that they've at least had some thought go into them, as opposed to certain community-made routes. Okay, cool. We can easily find good routes to take, but how do we know what to expect in terms of their difficulty? Well, OSMaps thought of that too, with a pretty simple rating system which ranges from easy to severe, with moderate and difficult filling in the gaps. Today, we will be doing 4 hikes in this one video, doing a hike of each difficulty of the curated routes available. There's only a few rules I will follow during this challenge. 1. If the route is circular, meaning it starts and ends at the same place, then I can make my start anywhere along the route, but must still follow it in the direction specified. And if the route is point to point, meaning it starts and ends at different places, then I can start on either end. Number 2. I should follow the route as closely as possible, within reason, since that is what was intended to be walked, and for all I know, could be why it's rated the way it is. And number 3. I should choose routes that are close to me, and ones that I haven't walked before. I think those are pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the only easy route I can find that is official and that I haven't done before. And it's going to be starting over here by the motorway bridge. So yes, to begin I will be taking an easy route, and I chose the Exminster Marshes by Country Walking magazine to start us off. So here we are, the Exminster Marshes. Since this is a circular route, I'm allowed to start wherever I want, so I started on the top left there on the map, since that's the closest point to get to and back from. And it is certainly marshy this time of year. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that I started working on this project all the way back in November, and I've only just finished it in June, so if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. How fucking cringe was that? Pretty soon, the route took me into the small village of Exminster, and just as quickly would take me back out. Alright, so that was Exminster, and back into the marshes we go. Shut up! It is actually quite beautiful here. Oh, it's muddy. Oh, it's very muddy. Right, well, I think there's no escaping getting my shoes muddy here today. Yeah, even got some mud on the back of my leg. I can jump anything. Where the fuck is the footpath? I think I'm just aiming for that over there. Works for me. This kind of looks like a footpath. That works. What a beautiful day too. It's been raining for weeks and this is the first sunny day. It's actually quite nice. Okay, well that's basically done. The rest of this is going to be the same route as we walked on the longest day of the year, but back. So, let's just get on with it. And so, I walked back along the canal, taking in the scenery in the setting sun. And pretty soon, we were back to where we started. Alright, and that there was the Exminster Marshes route. Now, what I didn't show was the walk to and from this route, but it was actually fairly long. Although the route itself is only 8 kilometers long, in total I ended up walking 23 kilometers, which probably goes against the intended easy aspect of the route. Nevertheless, I rated 4 out of 5 stars, which seems to be the general consensus. But anyway, up next is the moderate difficulty, with my chosen route being Brampford Speke, once again by Country Walking Magazine, and once again one that I need to spend some time walking to. Bugger. Right, so I'm on my way to the closest moderate difficulty route that I could find, and it seems like it's going to be pretty easy, I can't lie. Overall, I think this will be easier than the easy route that we did earlier, and yeah, I'm just trying to find my way through here. I didn't want to walk on a busy road, so I decided to walk along this instead, and I think I made a mistake of not wearing my hiking boots once again. But the views so far have been quite nice. I like the rolling hills and all that, and we're going to be almost there. Once again, this is a circular route, so I can begin wherever I want, and this is going to be one of the closest points for me to begin at, so should be pretty chill. Alright, so there's a farm just over here, which we should have a footpath going through, and it begins. Very windy, but you know what, the weather's been a bit shit the last few days, so I'm not expecting anything better. At least it's not raining like it was this morning. That's all flooded, and I'm pretty sure we're walking somewhere there. Okay, we might... Hopefully this route is still doable, but at the moment it looks a bit... no. Okay. That I kind of forgot about. This area can flood sometimes. As I thought, that flooding would come to play a bigger role later on in the hike. Okay, so this road is where I would have been starting. And it actually doesn't look too busy. We're just going down there, I think, where you see the sign. I think because it's autumn and there's leaves everywhere, it's a little hard to see where the actual path is. So I'm just gonna try stick to the map where the GPS is telling me I am, and just following the path there. Why does this route want me to go on a fucking busy road? Why? Let's try not to die, part 2. People are fucking bombing it down this route. Okay, I think that's it. Public brideway, fantastic. I can do words. Okay, so now we're going to be walking pretty much where we just saw all that flooding. I think most of that flooding is on the return journey though, on the second half, so we should be okay here. We are about to cross the river though, and the railway. Right. All looks the same, so let's just go across, and look at that, we're on the other side, it's that easy. I have a feeling all of this here is shit. That may or may not have been the slowest 100 meters I've ever done. That field is no, I think we're going this way. We'll be getting into Upton Pine very shortly here. This is taking longer than I thought it would. I might run into daylight. Alright, so now it should now be just down this like road, whatever this is. It's hardly a road. All the way down this to Brampford Speke, which is where the official route starts and ends. For us, that will be the halfway point. And yeah, hopefully we can get there in good time, because we're starting to run out of sunlight. We've got, well, like 2 hours left of sunlight. I didn't take any batteries with me, so yeah, I don't know why I didn't take any batteries with me. I was like, oh, it's quick 20 minutes adventure. Nah, no, much longer than I anticipated. Mostly because of the weather conditions. It takes a while to get through some of these bits where it's muddy and flooded. Right, like, I don't want to walk on the crops, you know. Alright, we're very almost in Brampford Speke now. Might go to the pub in there if it's open. I don't know. I don't really have much time. I would very much like to visit it though sometime. It will be one of the pubs on my list to do in Devon. can't tell if I need to go that way or that way. I think it's this way. Okay, so we are now over halfway. This is where the official starting point is, or well, just in town a little bit. We are now definitely beyond halfway, I'd hope. And yeah, let's continue on. This is the bit I'm scared for because, like, look at this, for example. The fuck am I supposed to do? Are you fucking kidding me? No, for real, where the hell am I supposed to go here? Right, how about this? I need both of my hands, so you guys are gonna go on my chest here as I try to figure out what the fuck to do. That is not great. Okay, it's not electric, good. Or right, if I fall in here, it's going to be bad. Okay, that's sturdy. That's not. Oh. Let's hope there's not much more of that going on. It has been not even 3 seconds since I said that. I'm not entirely sure that this route is possible right now. If I jump across to there, how's this? Okay, I can spring off that. Easy. And then should be way around here. Okay. And then jump onto that bridge somehow. Whoa, perfect. Jesus fucking Christ. I think I can probably do that right there. It looks like people put down these here so that you can cross. Fuck, if I go in, that's deep. It's not exactly... Yeah. Or if I jump across to there and try to get my way... No, because there's the brambles in the way. Fuck! Guys, I don't want to turn back. This may have to be a turn back situation though. You see, if I can just step over to there, it might be okay. Might. And then from there I can probably get the rest of the way across, but that's so fucking far. I don't have enough space to do a run up to just try and make it across there. It's quite a long way. I could if I had enough run up, but I definitely don't. I have 1.5 steps of run up here, which is certainly not enough. I do have a towel me, so I could take my shoes off and actually just wade through this, but I really don't want to. I can certainly jump across to there and then back if I must. Let me look on the map, see if there's any way around this, like right here. No, not really. Doing limbo of all kinds here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try going this way first, I think. See what's there. Okay, and then if we must, I'm going to try and come back this way. Let's see what's in this direction. Maybe have to go through a field or something. Yeah, like up here. Oh, there's a fucking footpath. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? You know what? I think we're good. Crisis averted. Fucking hell. I almost got myself soaking wet there. The map did not translate this very well, I don't think. Yeah, and it joins back onto the same path here. Oh, that's fantastic. But yeah, the official public footpath is there. Clearly, that ain't it at this time of year. Okay, I think we should be okay now. I think we came from just over there somewhere. And like, it's not that far to go to get back now, I don't think. If we don't have any more problems on the route. Okay, so we've got one more little village to go through. I think it's called Stoke Cannon. Just up ahead here. And then after that we'll be going back. It beckons. Okay, so we're going down this road for a little while now. There's like a few more like buildings somewhere, and then we start climbing back up the hill to the farm where we started, and then I'll probably go back the exact same way I came. I think we're straight on this way. Interesting. It's as if someone pushed the leaves apart. I'm sure it was just a stream of water running down here earlier or something. I have been powering up this hill for so long now. I just want to get home, bro. It's starting to get dark, and you know what, I'm tired. And we still got at least, I don't know, 2 kilometers or so to go, I don't know. And it's all muddy. Fuck this mud. Alright, there is a road. We only need to walk a little bit down this. And off the road we go. Down another footpath. This should take us all the way to where we began at Stoke Hill Farm. Ow! Okay, that's the first time I tripped on something today. Alright, so I'm assuming this path will be fine, so I'm just going to say my thoughts on this route now. The route is good if it's dry. It's not been particularly fun with how wet it's been recently. So the difficulty I give, yeah, I'd say it's a moderate difficulty if the weather's good. Right now, I actually think it's probably edging towards a difficult route, because I mean, if I was less fit and less able to like jump across all that water earlier, then it's simply not doable. You need to be fit enough to do that. Yeah, it's quite a bit of hill, particularly in the middle part of this route, which is where we're starting and ending. Otherwise, yeah, like the views are great when it was sunny. Would I recommend the route? Yeah, if it's not too far for you, then absolutely. It's a pretty great route for a good afternoon hike in the summer. It's not as suitable for winter, in my opinion. But if you find, I know, a few weeks where it's been dry, which in the UK is unlikely, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. Pretty sure you can see just where we walked towards the start. The flooding is quite extensive. I don't know how much we managed to get through that. There we are, that is the farm. We started just around the corner there. Well, it's been a nice little adventure. I'm a bit upset with myself for not bringing food because I'm absolutely starving now. But it's alright, I'm only like 40 minutes away from home now, I think. And if I pick up the pace, I'll get there sooner. Yeah, see you in the next one. So yeah, that's the end of the moderate difficulty route, and as I said, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars, which again appears to be how other people have rated it. And although this route is a bit longer than the previous one at 12 kilometers, it was actually a lot closer to get to, so overall I ended up walking 20. And then I got a bit lazy, but after a few months when I eventually stopped being lazy, it was now time to step things up a notch and do the difficult rating, for which I have chosen the Seaton to Sidmouth route along the southwest coast path. And once again, by Country Walking Magazine, I promise this is a coincidence, but actually thinking about it now, that's a great way to really test the difficulty scales if they're rated by the same curator, and so far I've quite enjoyed their hikes. Now, this route is actually a little further away than I perhaps would have liked, but as it turns out, it's not actually much further than the other nearest difficulty routes. So, to get there, I hopped on a train to Exminster, and then the bus to Seaton. Okay, I think the map is telling me to go this way. We'll see if that is the case. The worrying thing is, I'm pretty sure I need to go up that, and all along there, there's like 700 and something meters of elevation gain in just 15 kilometers on this hike, so that'll be fun. And I've only got about 4 hours to do it because I'd like to catch a particular bus back home, but the weather is fucking beautiful. Okay, I really can't tell where I actually need to go. The map is confusing, it doesn't have enough detail on it. I'm gonna try going down here, and I think I can walk along the beach, and then there's probably some steps further up, and I think that's what the route wants me to do as well. Okay, it looks like I was right. There is a path up there, which will lead up that cliff. Finally solid ground. This is steep. Ooh, what's this? Wow, that's so beautiful. Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. So over there in the distance, you can see a really, really long line. That's a beach, Chesil Beach, I think it's called. And then there's an island over there that's connected by a bridge. I think most people count it as mainland still though. That's really cool. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm trying out this camera lens. This is the linear lens on my GoPro. From what I can tell, all it does is it just zooms in a lot. But I just want to see how it makes the image look, so we're gonna do a couple of shots with this before we're going back to the Super View or whatever it's called. The previous one was with horizon lock. This is just linear. It gives things a better perspective on their actual size. For example, that cliff there is big. Wow. Do let me know which lens you guys prefer, because although the Super View lens creates a fisheye effect, I also get a bigger FOV, which means you can see more in the same shot. But the linear lens doesn't warp things, and you can better understand the scale of stuff in the shot. It's absolutely roasting in this sun, but when the wind picks up, it's so nice. Alright, what have we done? We've not even done 3 kilometers, and it's been 40 minutes. I think we're still on pace to do this in the time I want to. We'll see how much more cliff we have to climb today, which is a lot. So since the weather was getting worse when I started this video, after each hike I would learn from my mistakes and wear better gear. So after the first hike, I started wearing proper hiking trousers because it was bloody cold. Then today I decided to put on hiking boots, but I should have gone the other way because it's shorts and t-shirt weather, and I could have definitely worn my walking shoes instead, just to keep a bit more cool. Well, we live and learn. The next hike will probably be the same. Yeah, that's insane. I think I can see where we're going to. I think I've aligned that properly. That will be Sidmouth there. Okay, we've got quite a ways to go still.
Yeah, wow, you can see so much of the southwest coast that way, and we've walked that. That's insane. That is so cool. Well, not all of it, but in the far distance I know exactly what I'm looking at, which is so cool. Anyway, got a long way to go, so let's get a fucking move on. So the coast path dictates I go down this cliff and all that, but it's closed, so I guess I'll have to not take the actual coast path here. What I was going to say is it's very nice to just follow the coast path, because you can just follow the signs and you don't need to look at the map. I may need to take the map out in a second just to make sure I'm not trespassing places. Oh bloody hell, that looks steep. Definitely wish I had my hiking poles right now. Whew. Okay, we survived that, I think. I forgot what this place is called, but it's quite small. So yeah, I think we're just going down to the beach basically, and then up that. Ooh, there's a bunker. And back up cliff we go. Fuck it, I need a break. That was about, what, 80 meters of elevation I think I've done just now. Like it's not too bad, but I'm a bit unfit. It's been a while since I've done really strenuous exercise. It's hard to keep my heartbeat down. So I've been walking along this cliff top for the last 4 kilometers or so. It's been lovely and flat, been able to make some really great ground. But we're about to descend, and well, looks like we'll have to do some more climbing in a second. That ascent does not look fun. I started speeding up this hill thinking, oh yeah, let's just do it quick. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna take it slow as fuck. It's gonna be long. I think there's one more ascent after this, and then we're done. starting to get fairly late. It's about an hour until the bus I want to catch. Okay, so I can see Sidmouth over there, but it's the next valley over. We have to descend and descend one more time. We are so close, yet so far. I have one bottle of water left. To be fair, that's pretty much half of the water I took with me. So it's not bad at all, but I'm about to drink all of it because I'm fucking thirsty. And I'm also really hungry, and I took no snacks with me once again. That's a mistake that I made last time as well. And but for the next hike, we're definitely taking snacks, but it's big. I already know the route we're doing. If this is difficult, I am worried about what severe is, because this is actually difficult. Definitely do not try this unless you are fit, or you can spend a lot longer than I can, because I'm trying to do this in under 4 hours. And yeah, this is maybe a 5-6 hour hike. That looks like hell. Sid Valley Ring. Are we along the right fucking footpath? Surely. Yes. Yes, we are. Shut your gates properly, guys. There we are. Finally, a sign for Sidmouth. 1.5 miles, 45 minutes. Let's do it. The sun is starting to get fairly low on the horizon. The temperature is starting to drop a bit. It's definitely much more manageable now. This is a real low point right now. The thing that's keeping me going is the thought of food, because I'm so hungry and I can't wait to make food. I eat so much today. I have currently burnt 1,250 calories. It's gonna be more like 1,400 by the end of this probably. I'll deserve a big snack. It's just the elevation, guys. That's the hard bit. I'm not sure if I can make the bus for about half an hour. This is what I'm climbing right now. Shall we have a look and see what gradient this is? This is 27% gradient apparently. Shit, boy. Don't tell my body that I'm planning a straight line mission in Dartmoor in like 4 days. Over double length, double the elevation gain. Similar gradients to this. It's finally flat. It's finally flat. Oh my god. Let's get there. Let's finish this walk. I'm so fucking tired. There we are then, finally getting down into Sidmouth, and we'll be finished. I need to find the bus stop, though I don't know where it is. That is a beautiful blossom.
Alright, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is one of the hardest 15 to 16 kilometers I've ever hiked. At least that's what it felt like at the time. However, this was also one of the most beautiful hikes I've ever done, and for that I give this route 5 out of 5 stars, and again, that agrees with what others think. Okay, so we've done the first 3 routes, easy, moderate and difficult. And now, what you've all probably been waiting for, the severe difficulty. For this I chose, well, was more forced to choose, the High Willhays route by Trail Magazine. I say forced to choose because this is one of 2 severe rated routes in the entire southwest of the UK, and I'm pretty sure when I started working on this project it was the only one, and still this is by far the easiest for me to get to. I've been up to High Willhays in a previous video, but that would actually only be the start of the route for me, and I won't lie, having attempted to cross Dartmoor in a straight line, I was pretty worried about some of the sections in this route. Indeed, I was right to be worried, as you will soon see, but I must give this disclaimer. Do not try doing what I did. And what I did was come super underprepared after a week of rain and proceed to make some potentially dangerous decisions. But anyway, let's get into this and see what happened.
Well, we're back on Dartmoor. It's possibly the worst weather that we could have to start. Okay, I think I've waited out the rain long enough. It's not as bad now. So yeah, I've been wanting to do this hike for like 3 months now, and I've just been putting it off mostly because I'm a lazy shit. But it's time to do it, and it's possibly one of the worst weathers I could have picked to do it, mostly because it's raining and it's Dartmoor and it's going to be boggy everywhere. I missed a few really good weeks of sunshine due to my own laziness, really. Would have been ideal to do it then, but yeah, we'll see how it goes today. I first need to get up to High Willhays, which we've been to before, and then the route actually starts, so this is going to be a really long day, guys. So I started just after 9 here, and hopefully I can get back before the last train home, because I honestly don't know how long this will take. OSMaps says it will take me about 7.5 hours to do the main route, but if my straight line mission is anything to judge by, then it's going to take like double that. So I think I can see one of the tours over there that I probably went up on my straight line. I think I can see Bellstone Tour over there, where I went with my friend Arthur a few weeks back. Video out soon. So to just put this into perspective, we are currently here. We walked from somewhere up there, and this route is going to take us all the way like this. Crazy. I thought that was like some farm equipment or something. No, those are helicopters. That's cool. I wonder what that over there is. Okay, so I just had a little break over here. Had a bit of food, a bit of water, and should be ready now. Yes, store is just over there. High Willhays is just over there, so we're basically at the start point. And took us just over an hour to get here, so not too bad at all. And yeah, hopefully we can keep up the pace throughout the day. I did just go through a quarter of my food though, so I am rather underprepared in terms of how much food I have, especially considering I expect to be finishing after 7 PM today, and it is only about 10:30 at the moment. There's a bit more water here than I remember there being last time. I can hop it over there, I think. We are here. This is the start. You probably can't see that, but I'm going to click start route. That's the start of where I'm starting the route. 30 kilometers of pain. Here we go.
I apologise for the wind again. Unfortunately today it was just so bad the whole day that you may really struggle to hear much throughout the rest of the video.
I'm sorry, what? This thing wants me to go not on the path, but somewhere there. Yeah, I was really hoping to avoid having to do something like this again, but at least we're doing it in this part of Dartmoor and not like further south where it gets really bad. But I can't say this is great fun. I think I'm gonna say it right now already. If you guys want to do this route, if anyone does this route, just stick to the paths and like take the approximate route. Where there's big moss, there's bog. There you go, little animal trail. Oh, it's still boggy. Whoever made this, you're fucking evil. You're just evil. Why did you make this route? Why? Oh, there's a road over there. That's real bad. Oh, I think I just about made it out. I genuinely can't say how long this will take because there's just so much off track to be done. On track, I can probably do pretty close to my usual pace. Off track, I have no clue. Pretty slow, I'll tell you that much. Here we are. There's the track. There we go. Turn left here and follow the track for a while, so I'm happy enough with that. Somewhere up those hills there. We can do that. It's quite easy. I don't think we're expecting any more rain on Dartmoor, at least not anytime soon. But yeah, all that rain there looking a little scary. Would not want to be there right now. Alright, we turn right here, I think. Rain is starting to come in. I might be able to get my way across over there. I could also probably jump that over there too. Let's see. What are we thinking over here? Right. That is quite a hard jump with no run up. Over here though, I think I can just do this. What? Okay, we're good. Nice. Easy. Quite far, at least where it's not raining. Just gonna stand over here for a few minutes out of the wind while I get a snack and stuff. Alright, for a few minutes, getting a bit cold now. Time to move on. Half of my food is gone now, and we've still got 23 kilometers on the main route. Well, the route demands we go this way. Last time I was on the moor, well, during the straight line mission at least, it was sunny the whole day, there was barely any wind, I was baking, absolutely baking. Now I'm absolutely freezing, and we've already found a bog. Every dip here is going to be a bog. What are these flowers? So look at how much water there is here, you could go swimming.
This is where the route really started to show itself, having me navigate these water-filled pits as soon as there was no path to follow. I sped this up so you can see just how much is impassable.
This is the peak that is on the map. Why am I walking through bogs? Did whoever make this route even walk it? Or did they just think, oh yeah, that looks about right? Oh, that looks like fun.
You may be surprised by the number of times it rained while I was out on the moor, but I'll share that number later.
I got lost for a bit back there. I kept going too far south, and every time I thought I'd turned far enough north, I just kept going south again. But I think I just need to cross the stream over here, and then there's some paths there. I don't know where we're meant to be going though. This has been very tiring. Some of the grass is like knee deep and your foot just sinks into it. Right, how do we cross this? Okay, let's see. Okay, it's quite deep. Quite a long jump as well. You prepared for an epic fail, guys? Oh, this whole thing moves. Look at that. Is there something up there? Maybe, I mean, I could walk over there. Probably safer. Let's do the safe thing, guys. Let's do the safe thing. Yeah, I think this is a bit more manageable. Right over there. Oh, there's a stone over there as well. Ah, we can do it here. Fuck it. No doubt. Well, it's finished raining, but I am absolutely soaked. Luckily, these should dry out pretty fast, but because I'm walking through knee deep grass here, my ankle's getting wet and it's dripping down into my boots. So, not fun, not fun. At some point I'll need to change my socks. I need to go slightly further up there somewhere, but I don't want to. This is hard enough already. I get the gist of the route. I think this is allowed. I'm just about to see that hut where I had my last reservation. Over there you can see High Willhays and Exeter. And we're about to start going down that way and around back up to High Willhays. Somewhere behind those mountains over there. Okay, so this is Cut Hill. Oh. Now we need to go down somewhere over there, I think. I have decided that since the route wants us to go up to the Fur Tor over there anyway, I'm going to just head straight for that in the best way I can find. The actual route wants me to go into this particular firing range over here, which is open today, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going in there anyway. Because look at all those giant craters and water you can see over there. I do not want to go near that. I've got enough PTSD of that already. So I'll just go straight towards Fur Tor. It's only a small corner cut on the route. Pretty sizable drop there. Maybe my own height. Oh, perfect. Okay, this is Fur Tor. I'm thinking a little bit shelter. Maybe I'll change my socks now. There seems to be footpaths of some kind here, so it's not too bad. Shelter. There's some cloud rolling in. I'm almost ready to go. Just standing on the towel in some new dry socks. Try to dry the boots out a little bit. They probably won't be too dry. Yeah, had a bit more food. I've got 1/4 of my food left. Should be enough actually. I'm doing surprisingly okay today. Like, I'm hungry, but like I think it's fueling me just about enough. Okay, and on we go. That's third tour behind me. We're just gonna make our way off now. I need to go right over there, I think. Ah, that hurts. So what happened there was both of my feet just slipped through and hit the sides of this. We'll take it slow. We'll take it real slow. I cut my hand on the rock. Okay, let's see what we've got over here. It looks like we can cross. Just about. Okay, and then just barely a jump, more of a step. Quite nice and easy. Jump my way. Oh shit. Potentially step across those stones there, or I don't know, I don't think there's anything I can jump over there. Let's go further upstream. That's doable, but a bit risky. Aha, that looks alright over there. Yeah, that looks a bit slippy though. Maybe I can just jump off that rock there or something. Yay. The moss is quite slippery here. I don't think I see anything else further up, so I think we have to try this. Okay. And I'll just let it drop. Lovely. Not fun. Waist deep grass, and I think my boots are getting a bit wet again. My boots have been soaked for a while now, and this is really slow. See a track over there that I think I'll be taking, but I don't think the track goes very far. Yeah, as I say, I don't know how much I have left in me. This is just really shit right now. There's another stream here. So many streams. I I actually don't have the energy to jump right now. I just don't. Oh, that was lucky. I was about to put my foot through that moss there. Brother, what? Another one? Are you taking the piss? I can't fucking jump. This is the 9th time that it's raining today since I got off the train. I don't want to do this, but I've got just over 4 kilometers to go to where the actual route starts, and then another 10 to get back up to High Willhays, and another 6 to get back to Oakhampton. I could probably get to the train station for 8 if I really try, but I don't know. It's really tough right now. I am so hungry, but I've only got that last little bit of food left. I kind of want to quit, but to quit, I first at least need to get to the finish point of the route itself. Because where the hell am I going to go? Huh? Alright, is there something over here? Kind of. Just going up there is viable. Oh, be careful. Be careful. Go. I'll eat the rest of my food, probably drink the rest of my water, and see if I can summon the energy to complete this. There is a pub like right around the corner. It's so tempting to just go there for a meal, and then I looked at the bus times from there back to Oakhampton. I wouldn't have long enough to eat a whole meal before I need to get the bus. The bus is, what, like 20 minutes? No, 40 minutes? Yeah, not happening. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to give this a shot. The last train is in exactly 5 hours, and that means I need to finish the route in about 3 and a bit hours, 3.5 at the most, and then I should be able to make my way to the train station in time, hopefully. For now, there is going to be a lot of track walking, so this should be real quick and easy, but it's only about half the journey to High Willhays. in this direction. That's Yes Tor over there. So we've got an hour and 45 minutes to get up that. And then we should be good. We should be good. I'll see how this goes. This so far doesn't look too bad. This is actually quite ideal to walk on. So as long as there's no bogs, we should be okay. So the route wants me to go down that valley and back up. I say fuck that. I'm just gonna straight line it.
Despite that, I still ended up going down a big valley, but less so than if I followed the route.
Right, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. It all looks a little far. My boots are back to being soaking wet. They were starting to dry out slowly by themselves, and now they're just back to soaking wet. Okay, what do we have here? I suppose this is technically possible. It's the first route I see. And we do it just like that. Hell yeah. Now I need to go up somewhere there. I don't fucking know. Guys, I'm so fucking tired. I have about an hour and 20 minutes to get up there. So apparently I can't even read the time anymore, because I actually have just over 2 hours to finish. So, whoopee. But I think I'm still only able to get the train. That's like 10:30. This wouldn't be Dartmoor without a good bog.
And this is where that disclaimer from earlier comes into play. After all day of being wet and expending my energy to walk through bogs, the lack of food that I've eaten was becoming really evident and even dangerous.
I think I'm in a pretty bad way at the moment. I've got no energy left in me whatsoever. Yeah, it was quite silly of me to not bring more food, but I was going to, and then I didn't have time to go to the shop before the train. We're almost at the top. Generally feel like I'll pass out any minute now, but I better continue to not do what I do. We're basically there. Can't believe it. I'm so fucking stupid.
And after climbing to the top, I was done with the route, but I still needed to get back to the train station. It actually turned out to not be all that bad, going back down along real paths and tracks.
I managed to survive getting to it, Brampton. See you next time.
So overall, this hike was definitely rated severe correctly. Looking back at it, I should have quit when I took a break at the start-finish point of the route, instead of carrying on to where I started by Yes Tor, but I guess I'm too stubborn to quit. The route is 30 kilometers long, but overall I ended up walking a whopping 44 kilometers, and on Dartmoor, that really is a long way. So like you can see over here, right after the start, I could have just followed this footpath over here rather than going to the bogs where the route wanted you to go, and I could have just then gone to the track here, got back onto the track all up to Hangingston Hill, where over here I should have followed this footpath over there and onto the peat path, but instead I don't know why I decided to go through the bogs. Then I don't really know how you could continue following the route, to be honest. There's not any more footpaths anywhere around here, but as you can see, I didn't follow the route exactly as it wanted me to, but it was close enough. And then over here, it was pretty alright for the most part, back on tracks. And then over here, could have probably just continued following footpaths and like take a longer way around, but by that point I was just wanting to be done with it. By the way, it rained 13 separate times while I was out on the moor. As I've already mentioned during the hike, it really felt like whoever made this route didn't walk it themselves, in that they were either diabolical on purpose or just incompetent. This really isn't a route I'd ever do again or could recommend to anyone. Still, I give it 2 stars, simply because it was quite nice along the tracks and footpaths, which I would recommend people to stick to if they wanted to somewhat follow this route. So here we are then, 4 hikes over like 6 months, all in one video. Let me know which hike was your favourite down in the comments below. Now that we're in the summer, I'm really going to try and get out a bit more. I've got so many awesome ideas for videos, so be sure to subscribe to not miss anything out. And as always, I will see you next time.